and then there's Al. It's like, I'm all confused.
Okay, guys, hi, we're live. Welcome to Season 3, holy crap, of Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. I am your host, Natasha, and I would like to introduce our new co-host for Season 3, E.L. Wicker.
Hello! It's lovely to be here.
And you guys are going to fall in love with her like I have. She is so amazing. She is the self-published author of the Bearwood series, and you guys need to, run over to Amazon and go get it. Because is it still free or is it 99 cents?
It's free.
It's free right now, so that's your best time to run over there and get it.
And it's just been up for an award. Yay!
See?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Which award is it up for?
Self-publishing authors and small press.
That's awesome. And tonight with us, Elle, do you want to go ahead and introduce
Yeah,
us?
we have the lovely Brenda Drake and Nikki Roberti, and we'll be talking the writer's voice. Yay!
Oh, hi, guys.
And of course, if you've watched before, you know Nikki was the co-host last season, and we still love her so much because she's so amazing. But time is a fickle thing, and we don't always have enough of it, I think, which sucks. But we will be having her probably plenty of times as a guest host and all that wonderful stuff, along with Brenda, because Brenda is amazing, and all the wonderful contests are coming up that Brenda hosts and runs, and we usually have her on and talking about that and all that stuff. So, and in case you guys didn't notice, Brenda, if you go to our site, whiskeyWineWriting.com, and you click on the tonight's episode, not the front page, but tonight's episode under webcast, you will see Brenda's new cover release for her novel Library Jumpers, which comes out January 5th. So you need to make sure you get on pre-ordering that.
Aw, thank you.
So.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
The gorgeous cover. Gorgeous.
Oh, I love the cover. They did such a wonderful job. I was like so surprised when I saw it. It fits the book completely and my character completely. So I was really excited about it.
I just can't wait to read it, so it's going to be awesome. See, when I buy it, though, I'll have to bring it with me to RT16 next year, and then you can sign it for me.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, wait till I might be signing there.
Yes, well, that's why I said I'll bring it. You can sign it. So tonight, like Elle said, we are talking the writer's voice, which is one of the current competitions. There's actually a couple going on. Query Combat started tonight as well, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's talk the writer's voice. What is the writer's voice? What competition is this? What happens? What goes on?
Oh, okay. So, Nikki, do you want to do this, or do you want me to?
I can try, and you can correct everything I...
Okay. I'm breaking her in, you guys. I'm breaking her in. Go ahead.
I'm just learning how this all works. It's a very complicated world I had no idea about, but basically we had a rafflecopter, and people entered their queries, their first 250s. We picked 200, and then they were public for everyone to view through a blog hop. And we had a week or so for the different teams and coaches. Some coaches are by themselves, though, right, Brenda?
I think every coach has a co-coach. We are more of the team theme because I'm showing Nikki the ropes of running contests and stuff, and she's a great coach, and so we're kind of together because I'm editing book 2 of Library Jumpers, so she's doing a lot of the work than what I'm doing. And then we have Kimberly Chase, who's always like my teammate in contests.
She's and so then it was public, and so all the coaches went on, and today is the day we got to post who we wanted on our teams. However, other coaches can also be like, we want you as well, just like the voice with hitting the red buzzer. So
okay.
And just like the voice, yeah.
That's cool.
We're battling right now. Four of our picks are in battles. And I know. I'm always it's like, it's tough because you don't want to be rejected. But, we do have a lot still on our list that I really love that I was brokenhearted about not having on there. And I'm going to lose my voice. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, we do have big backups just in case someone, for some reason, crazily...
But there is easily like 8. We have 8 that easily could fit into those top positions.
Holy
So
crap.
I'm not too worried, but I don't know if they've been picked by the other team. But I really want the ones that we picked.
We always want the one you pick. I mean, but I guess as with everything else in the writing world, there's always that rejection factor. And even, you know, if you have an agent or you've been published, you still have to, in some form or another, deal with rejection. It's just the business.
Yes, and you know, it's kind of fun for the writers to see us contest people getting rejected because, you know.
Which, you were watching this and you were one of our picks.
You picked us.
We're nice. Yes, we're real. We're here for you.
So the raffle
He
cocktail
has
part,
volunteered
was that
to do
random?
a video musical thank you for each one that picks us. Right, Nikki?
Wait, say it again?
Nikki, you've been assigned to do musical thank you cards, thank you grams via YouTube.
I guess if that's what it takes, I will. So I will just throw this out there to anyone who is watching that wants one of these musical videos. Auditioned for a musical and failed miserably, so I'm scarred for life about singing again, but I will do it for you.
Can I just say that actually Nikki was singing to us before the show started and it was beautiful.
Wait, I was? Was
Yeah, yes, you were. And, so pre-show stuff, we were talking about random things like throwing muffins at coworkers, and apparently there's an Ebola song. So Nikki was telling us about the Ebola song.
Oh my God. I missed the Ebola song?
Yeah, it's the Ebola song.
Ah,
But it was,
Nikki's going to have to sing it again.
yes.
I think
For the
you should do it
record,
now.
so people don't think I'm being insensitive, I work for an international relief organization, and this song, I did not write it. It is a real song that was recorded by a musician in Africa.
Gotcha. So, guys, by the way, if you are joining us and you want to interact, either have questions for Brenda or Nikki about their competitions, you can hashtag us on Twitter, hashtag WWWriting. We would also prefer, guys, if you notice, the video is no longer up on the site. We have an ad that if you click on it, it'll take you straight over to YouTube. We're trying to get our clicks up a little bit, so if you could either give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, say hi, all that wonderful stuff, we would love to hear from you. And we are also going to be doing some PitMad tweets. We haven't started that yet. I know people are anxious, but as soon as we get there, we will let you know. I do want to mention, don't use the PitMad hashtag. Use the WWWriting hashtag. That's what we'll be looking for to go through and help critique those for you. So Elle, you were asking something about the Rafflecopter.
Oh yeah, I was just saying with the Rafflecopter, because any Rafflecopters that I've run before or I've entered, it's always it's random picks. Was that the same with the 200 they've got? It was randomly picked.
Yeah, the writer's voice is different than the other contests that I run. Like usually I let everyone in, and then I have a whole bunch of slush readers pick through the slush. With the Rafflecopter, everybody can enter the Rafflecopter, but it randomly selects 200 people, and 5 people didn't show up. So, but it was too much time constraint that we couldn't go and search them out or replace the 5 that didn't make it in.
Remember how I said time is a fickle thing, people? Remember, when you got the opportunity, go for it, because you may not get it again.
I gotta turn on the, oh, well, that might be, okay, it's really hot here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, just so you know. And my husband is working on the air conditioning. The upstairs air conditioning is working, but the downstairs isn't. So if I start sweating, it's like not, you know, anything but heat.
So Elma Kinney says hi. Oh, actually no, she says the hills are alive with the sound of music, of the W voice music, hashtag W voice music. I'm not trying to sing that. Nikki, you go for it.
The hills are alive. Sound of the red. There you go.
And this is what happens when you join us, guys. So after you got the information, you went through. And then you, what is it? You email the people that you want to be on your team, and then the other judges do. So basically, they.
No.
It's all live on the blog, so you can watch all the fights pan out. Yeah, it's
well, what happens is that I emailed everyone that made the Rafflecopter, and they had to go and sign on a secret site on the Linky, and they put their blog on the Linky, and then we posted them to our site, and then we go from blog to blog. It's a blog hop, and we read them. You know, we did a little bit of a cut up the list and read through and then pick out our best, each person in the part of the list that we're in, except for I ended up reading all of them because I'm weird.
You're amazing. That's the term you're looking for. Is amazing. So,
but I didn't tell them that but I agreed with all their picks and they did really great, and I'm really proud of my team.
So once you have your team, once you have your picks and all the wars, the battle to get your picks are over, then what happens?
So after they have to choose us, right? So they have to pick between the coaches that are battling, and once that's done, we go into the revision week, and we revise their query and their first page for the contest. But we will critique the first chapter and the synopsis in the query, because I feel like we need to see the synopsis to help them with the plot, because a lot of times you can tell in the synopsis if the plot is falling or whatever. One year there was someone that had a middle grade, and she had it wrong, and I told her this needs to be literary, and she worked her butt off to get it into the literary and everything, and she's doing really well with it. She got an agent. I think she might have gotten a book deal. I'm going to have to research that, but yeah, so they did really well. So we have that intense critique period. It's only 2 weeks, so we can't do very much. But after they get our critiques, we have a coffee house on Facebook from my past Team Brenda's alumni, and it's called the Coffee House, and now it's called the Coffee House, Team Coffee House, because I have 2 other coaches with me. And they'll put up after they do their critique from us, they'll put it up on the Coffee House and get further critique from them just to make sure there's nothing missed. So
very cool.
So
and I took over from Nikki because I'm a control freak. Go, Nikki. Say something.
I'm so excited to start coaching, honestly, because I just love queries so much. Actually, we were just talking about it before the show. I honestly sometimes just find someone who wants query help and go, oh, let me help you, please, because I love query.
And she's amazing at it. Like, if you can get Nikki to help you with your query, you are totally on par. The girl is like the query guru. She's amazing at them.
My favorite thing to do is pitches, too. I've been doing them for, like, my contests and workshops about nearly 6 years. So I've been doing it for quite some time. Yeah. And I think I've read thousands and thousands and thousands of Slash stuff, and I've critiqued tons of stuff, so it's kind of fun. I just love doing that. I don't know why.
And guys, I mean, if you're worried about going to the actual querying mode for your novel with the agents and you're worried about rejection, doing these pitch competitions and everything that's coming out, it's great practice because you'll start to learn what you need to tweak, where your weaknesses are, so you can make them stronger, so that when you go to the agent, it's going to be even better and you're going to be more prepared for it. So
yeah, and often prior to these pitch events, there's workshops, and there's just lots and lots of people that will help you. The writing community is awesome. They will help you.
Well, speaking of help, PitMad is coming up in a few days, actually. Just that came up so fast this time. It seems like it just happened, and now it's happening again. So per our usual method of madness, if you guys are planning on participating in PitMad, please go ahead and hashtag us at Whiskey Wine Writing with your tweets, and we will go ahead and live critique them. Now, if we don't get a chance to get to everybody's, you can reply on the blog, and we will go through and reply to you there before PitMad, so that you can get an idea of your tweets and all that good jazz. So feel free to start running those through, and we'll start getting to them. So, and oh crap, we have a couple of comments. I have to scroll back. So L. Evan says, I can't imagine anyone not wanting to be on Brenda and Nikki's team. Seriously, how much fun would that be?
We would be flirting all the time.
I know, right? We will video chat, live chat with you if we need to.
Yes, and have Brenda take shots with you when you live tweet. It's fun.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. So this is the problem with being on here with you, because you drank with me before.
Yeah, I know. It was fun. And Laura Carter already tweeted hers for Pitman. She said, 18-year-old August was mindless soldier for 13 years. Now awake, he has a choice: flee war and live, or stop war and save everyone else.
Where is that?
It's on the hashtag. If you have the hashtag up for Whiskey, Wine, and Writing, and you scroll down a little bit here, I'll put it in your Google Hangout if I can pull it up. Sorry, my Google Hangouts have been really weird, guys. It's just not being, very nice to me. Here, I'll put it in.
Okay, so is it it's the Battling OCD?
No, it's the person who tweeted is Laura Carter, Mrs. Carter writes.
Oh, okay, Laura. Okay.
The first, I like the setup of it. My first question though is, why is the main character 18 when it's a YA?
So that is a problem with me. I know that sometimes there's incidents, like a couple of the writer voice coaches, we were talking about this. Sometimes they need to be 18, but publishers do frown on it being 18 years old. They're adults. They can leave the house. They have more choices than a 17-year-old. Why not just make it 17? And I mean, it needs to be 7. It needs to be 17 or 17 to 15 or something like that, I would say. So I don't know if she can, or what's the reason that she's making that character 18 in a young adult book. There has to be a really good reason. So if she can answer that.
I feel like the stakes are even a little vague, because a lot of people have the choice of, fleeing a war or staying and fighting a war to save everybody else. So I'm not quite sure what is making this different and unique. So I would kind of mainstream that a little bit and be more specific.
So he was like a soldier for 13 years, so that made him 5 when he was a soldier.
Yeah.
And why was he asleep? Like, I mean, was he brainwashed? Did he stay 18 for 13 years? There's just so much things that bring up questions in this pitch. Sometimes you don't need to put those kind of things in your pitch. Maybe your pitch needs to come out in another way. Maybe they don't need to know that he was a mindless soldier for 13 years. Maybe he's just a mindless soldier that woke up. Because we need to know more details, and we got to look into the query more and to your pages. What you're doing in your Twitter pitch is just enticing the agent to hit favorite for that pitch. So don't try to explain things. Don't try to put things in there that are going to be vague or confusing, and really get those stakes in there. His choice is to flee war and live, or stop war and save everyone else. To me, if he flees war and live, he's a coward, and I don't want to follow him. Is that the real choice? I think the choice should just be, what struggle does he have to do to save everyone else? You need to bring that out.
I agree.
Make sense?
Yep.
And just drop the 13 years as a soldier. Just say a mindless soldier who woke up.
Save your characters. You only get a few. So.
Yeah, Dreams lines it really, really well. I think it would make it really catchy if you follow all of Brenda's advice. All of it. Just take it.
I agree. Hell?
You're asking me about pit tweets?
Yeah. You're here, aren't you?
Everyone has opinion. You can tell, like, what does it hook you, like, as an individual? Would that hook you to hit favorite?
So.
Well, I don't write these, so therefore I'm clueless. Clueless. I'm not going to pretend that I know, because I don't.
Okay.
Lauren Carter also said, at Nikki Roberti, oh great query guru, I would love your help on my query if you ever need a query fix.
We've had another one come in from Ellen Mulholland. This is it. I'm aware she's battling OCD. 14-year-old Catherine feels incomplete. Finding her dad might help, but the voices in her head say different.
Ooh, I love that.
I'm not sure. I mean,
I think it takes it in two very different directions, with
yeah.
wanting to battle the OCD and then finding her father, and then the voices in her head. Like, I feel like there's too many things going on with that.
I think that the OCD is like more of a subplot. Let's get to the plot, the main plot. She's trying to find her dad. Why is she trying to find her dad? And how can he help her? And what are these voices in her head? Is she Sybil? What is going on with her? I think she needs to really bring out that, the main plot. No subplots, no that she's battling OCD, unless that's the full plot. And if it's the full plot, this is too vague. We have to know what does she have to overcome, and what does she need to win? What is the stakes, and what is the conflict? I know that she's feeling incomplete, but we don't need to know that in a Twitter pitch. We really need to know the plot. Like, what does she have to do to get her dad's help, and how do the voices in her head prevent her from doing that? Does anyone have anything to add to that?
Because I was wondering where the voices in her head came in, because for OCD, that's obsessive compulsive disorder, which means you're like
totally different.
It's totally different than having voices in your head. So that's why I said I think it's going in too many directions.
Yeah,
like, is it just or is there something larger going on that we don't know about? We don't need all the minimal things. You need to mainstream that main problem, and don't be afraid to tell us what that main problem is, so that the agent can look at it and be like, holy crap, this is different, this sounds really good, this piqued my interest because I know what's going on, and then go from there.
Right. That's what I think too. I think that just honing in her pitch, who is the character, and which she has there, what is the stakes, what is preventing her from obtaining her goal, what is the conflict.
Any other thoughts, ladies?
I think if the voices in her head are playing such a big role as I'm assuming they're playing, I think switching to being the focus in the earlier half and making it more active would really help and bring that out.
So, Elle McKinney, who's also, by the way, guys, part of Team Whiskey, Wine, and Writing now, and we will be having introduction posts all this week for the new staff. The new staff page is up, so feel free to go to the website and meet your new team. And she says, I've been on Team Brenda Drake twice, and I loved it both times. See, writer's voice people, I'm so sorry, but we're being a little biased on this show because we love these ladies. So we're just going to be like, everybody join their team.
I have to say, Elle McKinney has won me over with her voice every time, and I am so excited about her current book that her agent is submitting. She just has this amazing voice, and if you can capture a voice like that, it's amazing. It's just great. And I wanted to give Ellen a Twitter pitch formula. Protagonists in a situation must take action to solve the problem. So if she can use that, she could hone into that. And it sounds like a great pitch from what I can tell. But I need more for that. Okay.
Angela Thomas says, at Nikki, Roberti, and Brenda Drake, I haven't picked yet, but I'm watching. The prospect of a thank you in song makes my decision tougher.
See? I have to
whatever you want if you please.
Oh my God, you guys are insane.
I'll also do an interpretive dance if that will help, and bring out puppets. Whatever you want. I don't have no shame, y'all.
Okay, Laura Carter re-put a Twitter pitch up there, and she did a great job on it. And yes, Laura, that is what I meant. Good job. I don't know if you guys can find it or read it.
Is it when 17-year-old August escapes life as a child soldier, his only choice is to avenge himself, even if it means risking his life?
Correct. Perfect.
Ah. That is like 10 times better. That's amazing. Good job.
That was quick, too, Laura. You can Twitter pitch like a pro.
And that's what it's all about, guys, is taking the constructive criticism and working it in to make your pitch stronger. So, and we have Brenda and Nikki, who are two of the best at this, sitting here offering to give you help. So definitely listen to what they have to say and, you know, apply it, because it's going to help you. So
we've had another one. It's from Ashlyn Kravitz, long-time viewer. Hello. Zoe's met the girl of her dreams if she can get past the fur and fangs. Beauty must cave to a bully to keep Beast off the lab table. Ooh.
Where is that? Who is that? Because I have to read them. I can't.
I just sent it to you via Hangouts, Brenda.
No, it's right here. On the Whiskey Wine and Writing hashtag.
Oh, okay. Wow, you did do that.
I did. I figured it'd make it easier for you guys than trying to scroll through. So.
Oh, clever.
Which one is it?
Zoe met the girl of her dreams. So, and I think Ashlyn has done this one. It's different this time, because I remember she did it last time too, but it's definitely different this time. But I think the first part's still the same. If she can get past the fun things, which I still love. I think that's really great. Beauty must cave to a bully to keep Beast off the lab table. That's kind of still where I get lost. So.
Is that the only stake in the book, is that Beast is going to end up on a lab table, or is there more that's going to happen? But who is the bully? I think you could use a different a pronoun, like bully. Like, who is that bully?
And why is a bully putting him on a lab table? Wouldn't like an evil scientist or something?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a different. Maybe she's trying to save characters there, because it is a Twitter pitch and it drives us crazy because it's hard to fit everything in that we want to. But all you have to do is really just attract the attention of an agent, and I think get past the fur and fangs and Beauty and the Beast is really an attractive part of that pitch. But if she can really define who the bully is, and if she loves this Beast, of course she's going to want to keep him off the lab table, but is that the only stakes in the story, or will she lose her? What is there any other kind of stakes you might want to put in there?
Back to the word bully, I've heard recently, and if you guys have heard differently, definitely say it, but I've heard that agents are now kind of bully blind. There's just so much bully in literature right now that they're like, all bullies, we don't want that.
It's oversaturated right now.
Yeah.
And I think I read this because I think I had this on my long list for, or my list of considering on the writer's voice. I believe she's in the writer's voice, and I really liked that. But the bully I thought was a guy. It was a boy that wants her as in a relationship, and she's definitely into the girl. So I think she needs to bring out that bully is that a guy who, you know, she has no interest in, and he's hurt because she rejects him. So if she can get that in there, that's the person that's going after Zoe.
I kind of think also because that next line also tells us that she obviously got past the fur and fangs. So right. I mean, so I don't know. That kind of makes first line moot if you stick with that, I think. So
or maybe you could remove if she can get. I mean, to get some of that characters out of it. Zoe met a girl, and then just kind of like not if she can get like a girl of her dreams, but she has fur and fangs. Not get past it, or you know what I mean. I don't know.
Found. Let me see what it says again. Met the girl of her dreams despite the fur and the fang.
That's perfect. And that would cut some of those characters off so she can explain who that bully is.
Right. I agree. Mm-hmm. So, you got the next one ready, Elle?
I do indeed. This is from Caitlin Larson, which is at KLLarson315. Cade, a thief who creates silence, may be Dern's best chance at freedom if people realise the Whisper Mage isn't the enemy.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like it's too generic.
I have no idea, like how he creates silence, and what does that have to do with the story?
I feel like it's the basic generic of the people think this guy is the bad guy, but he's not the bad guy. He's the unsung hero type thing. So I think you need to be more specific to show what makes Cade different, what makes this story different. Like why are they trying to gain freedom? What is the main plot in this? What is the main stakes?
And because I know how a whisper mage is how he could be the enemy, how silent, what the whole story is confusing in this Twitter pitch, but it might not be confusing in a query or in your manuscript. But a Twitter pitch, there's such little things going on. Focus on the inciting incident and make your pitch about that. This happens, like I said, protagonist in a situation must take action to solve the problem. What is the problem? I mean, I don't see the problem in this because a whisper mage isn't the enemy, but how is he the enemy? How are they thinking he's an enemy? You're right, it's really confusing. But it sounds good because I like the word whisper mage.
Nikki, anything to add?
And Thief caught my eye.
I think I read this query somewhere. I think this might have been in the writer's voice, and I remember thinking this was such a cool plot. But I agree with you that it doesn't come out in the pitch right now. So I think, especially with whisper mage being such a cool word, I don't know what that is just reading it in the feed, and I think being a little more detailed and not worrying about something like that word would be helpful.
Yeah, don't put weird words that we're not going to connect to in the Twitter pitch. They will be cool in your query and they'll be cool in your manuscript, but use a verb or a pronoun that we can understand in your pitch. You want to be really concise and evoke an image in the agent's mind when they read that pitch.
All right, moving on. Next one.
I really like the next one, but it's a little bit confusing towards the end. It's Lexi inherits. Oh, sorry. It's by Natasha Hanover, and it's Lexi inherits her uncle's fighting spirit, literally, and his memories of battles past now threaten to consume her future. I tripped over the memories of battles past because if they're memories, they're past anyway.
That is a good point.
I agree. I think it's more like maybe his ghosts of battles past as opposed to memories, because memories are something you draw on. So if it's kind of overwhelming to her, I would use something stronger than the word memories to kind of say that she doesn't really have a choice in seeing them. Or so maybe either visions of battles past, ghosts of battle past, something that's not a memory, because memory is something you call on.
I don't. That's really good. But I don't get threatened to consume her future. Like, what kind of future? What is going to happen to her? Like, is she going to lose her life? What is she going to lose? What is the stakes? Again, what is the stakes? And what does she stand to lose? And I don't know what she has to do to prevent whatever she's trying to lose. So if you can kind of rework this, I think it's really cool about her inheriting her uncle's fighting spirit, and the ghost of battles is kind of cool to me. I really like that. That attracted me. But what are the stakes, and what does she have to do to overcome them?
It's generally like this must happen or X will happen, and X is usually a consequence. So that's where your stakes come in. What do they have to do, and what happens if they don't? What is the consequence of not fulfilling what they need to do?
Right.
So, and then we have a comment here, another one for Nikki from Deb, who says, "Me, please. I need some awesomeness in my query. So if you have nothing to do, I would love to be sprinkled with Nikki."
I would love to sprinkle myself all over the universe.
Okay, we need to just like move from that.
I shouldn't have said I do love queries, but I don't have much free time. Maybe I'll do this. Then so far there's been 2 people. After to finalize who's on our team for Writer's Voice, and after obviously I give them their coaching if you want a query critique, I might do a raffle if there's interest.
Ooh. I think there's interest. I think there's interest. I don't think you have to worry about that.
Oh yeah.
So
I told Brenda when we were reading all of them, because I really fell in love with probably every entry I read on the Writer's Voice. I was like, Brenda, do you think I could critique all of them? 195 entries. So I could, but that would be like a year.
You know what? Query. I wanted to mention that Query Combat started today, so all the entrants and all the queries are up on the 3 blogs. And a couple of us judges were talking about, well, maybe we'll try to go through all 3 blogs.
Right.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's hard enough going through one. You guys are so amazing, and it's so hard picking between you. And I'm not mentioning if I have or haven't gone to do my judge duties yet, but I'm just saying I've read through quite a few, and it's I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I was in a judge for Query Combat one year, and I was like, I want you both to win. Can we just hug it out?
Yeah, right? That would be great. So it'd be a lot easier on us judges for sure, no doubt. So, Elle, you got the next one?
I do indeed. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong now. I apologize now. Ludmila Mayorska. Her pitch is: in matriarchal society, the world of temples, jaguars, and poisoned darts, Palenque must rescue her twin brother from slavery.
Okay, I just love that one. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys have anything, but the poison darts really kind of, I can feel the setting in this, and that she has to save her twin brother. I would like kill to save my twin brother. So I'm thinking that would be really, and I like it. I don't know what you guys think. You can add to it if you like, but I think if I was an agent, I would be favoriting that one. Just saying.
Well, there we go.
I think you really hit the nose on the head with that, where you gave us a taste of setting, and the stakes are there, bam, right in your face. This is where it is, and this is what is happening, and that's what you need in a Twitter pitch. I think you nailed it. I'm with Brenda on this one.
I just don't know if it's a YA or adult or an MG, but you can always put that
YA fantasy.
Hashtag.
She did. I just didn't paste them to you. It's YA fantasy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Wonderful.
So,
yes, I love that. I would read that. I love that. Can I say it again? I love that. You have me at poison darts.
I was more at the temples, because I always had a thing, like, ever since Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And the
I'm like, oh, Indiana Jones, like, straight to the head.
That is pretty good to do in a Twitter pitch, to make that person feel that setting and know the stakes. It's good.
So there we go. So our next one is from Suzanne Simon. Hello.
That is, by the way, guys, our social media coordinator. She's amazing and fantastic, and all the tweets from Whiskey Wine and Writing during our live shows come from her. And she's just, you just want to hug her. She's so sweet. I love her to death. So, but yeah, so this is her tweet. So let's go.
Here we go. A reluctant demigod must finally accept her destiny and free her people from slavery, including her kidnapped girlfriend. Very quiet, ladies.
Well, no, because I like the stakes at the end that but I'm just wondering why she's a reluctant demigod.
I think that I don't know who the character. I really don't know who the character is in this. It's just too vague for me, and sometimes a name can help, or there has to be something else. Why is she reluctant? Is right. So I don't know. I mean, and then free your people from slavery. That's great stakes, including her kidnapped girlfriend. That adds to it. But I think we just need something more about her character. What do you guys think?
I think so too. Yeah, because that's what threw me was the beginning as well. I like the slavery and the kidnapped girlfriend part. I like that.
Yeah.
And I like that it's diverse and that it's her girlfriend, so I really like that too. I think something in the beginning needs to be tightened up to give us more of a sense of the character. Like, there's not even a name here, so I definitely want to see a name.
And age could really ground us in that as well.
She might have had that hashtag like YAMG. That can always
No,
work.
she doesn't. She doesn't really know.
Okay. Yeah, it's just all we know is it's a demigod and reluctant. Do we? Must finally accept her destiny. I don't. There's something missing for me. I don't know what it is too much.
Another name, and I think the accepting her destiny, like you get a lot of that in queries and stuff like that with the accepting the destiny. So I think maybe do away with that and tighten it up to give us a name and
a reason. Like who's preventing her, or what's preventing her to want to accept her destiny? What is her?
Or like maybe I'm just saying, for instance, maybe her name is Rachel. Reluctant demigod Rachel doesn't want to deal with the people in her world until her girlfriend is kidnapped by the very people she's trying to avoid, or something like that. I know that's too long, but instead of accepting her destiny, tell us why she doesn't want to accept the destiny, and then we know her girlfriend is the stakes that's bringing her into it.
Because being a demigod might be cool.
So I actually kind of know the plot of this one because like my BFF now, and I gotta say one of my favorite parts of your plot, Suzanne, you didn't mention in the tweet, which is as she's trying to free her people, she's falling in love with another dude who's helping her, and I thought that was just the coolest thing ever as she's finding her girlfriend.
You reluctant demigod Rachel is trying to save her kidnapped girlfriend, but winds up falling for this guy. Put that in there.
I want to read it now.
So I think that's your stakes, is while trying to save her girlfriend, she starts falling for another guy. Like
it shows a big conflict there too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. That gives more. The reluctant demigod. Yeah, too vague.
So, okay, next one.
This next one, I don't know if I'm really easily pleased. I really like the sound of it. I feel it's a little vague, but it's from Tammy Subia. I'm sorry if that's not your right pronunciation. There's no genre or anything with it. Girl struggles with faith, family, and forgiveness after her brother's suicide, and falls for his best friend while looking for answers.
I gotta say, I had pitches for my manuscript that sounded almost exactly like this before, and it was because I realized I didn't know my stakes enough, because I thought, well, the book's about the girl's struggles, but you can outline it in Brenda's formula if you really dig down deep in your book. But I really love the sound of this pitch. I just think you can make it a little stronger if you make it more than this stuff is happening to her and this is what's going to happen.
Right. Like, I have a feeling that falling for the best friend is going to be an issue for her. So I think you really need to bring that out as well.
And how is that going to be an issue? Other than, does he not want her?
Maybe the brother never wanted for them to be together, something like that. That tells us, why her struggle for this is different.
Yeah.
So
there's just something missing there about her stakes and her conflict. The conflict, I mean, it's just, I'm like going, so what? She's falling in love with her best friend and looking for answers, but what is going to cause them to not be able to be together? Like, what's that?
The conflict?
Yeah.
So, and E.L. Wicker has got a comment, my new co-host here, from Leslie Ann Boyden, who is our new booking coordinator, by the way, another amazing team member. And she says, "Elle, your voice is amazing."
Thank you.
I get to hear it every Sunday when we're on our Skype calls for our critique group, and you could listen to her forever. It's the accent, it's gorgeous, I'm just saying.
You don't want to listen to me forever, because I will talk forever and ever and ever and ever.
I've always had this theory that really you're like this famous model who's just, in the shadows, because you're kind of shadowy right now. And one day you'll reveal to us your real identity. That's why.
Because she's probably thinking we all have accents, right? No?
Yeah, I do, because I sound very normal to me, and everyone around me sounds the same as I do, so yours sounds strange.
We're the strange ones.
Yeah.
That's okay, I like the it's fun. All right, Elle, on to the next one, which is Leslie's, by the way.
I really like the sound of this one. Again, I'm clueless, remember that, but I want to read this. This is again from Leslie Ann Boyden, who just tweeted about my accent. A superhero joins forces with her rival to stop a new foe, but their budding relationship puts her secret identity at risk.
I like that too.
I like that a lot.
I think we've got stakes, who, what, and why, so I like that.
Her secret identity at risk, is there like another stake within the story? Like, what is the new foe doing? Is he about to like push the red button and blow up the world? This will attract an agent because it's a really cool pitch and everything. But the stake, her secret identity at risk, doesn't seem high enough to me. Like, there must be another stake in this story. I mean, is that it? What is that new foe doing? That's my only question that I would have with that pitch, but I like it a lot. So. What are you laughing at, me or what you're reading?
No, what I was reading. Sorry. I was not even looking over here. I was looking over there. But no, sorry.
I'm looking all over the place because my camera's up here. You guys are over here. And
I have two monitors. So I have everything for Twitter and everything. So when I'm looking this way, I'm looking at Twitter and all the comments. When I'm looking over here, I'm looking at you guys. So.
But Laura Carter's resubmitted hers now. This was the Mindless Soldier before. She's resubmitted it now with when 17-year-old August escapes life as a child soldier, his only choice is to avenge himself, even if it means risking his life.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that earlier. It's definitely 10 times.
Okay. So the next one is from Julie Arts. 10-year-old Henry, descendant of Finland's mythic heroes, must steal magical relics before Dad and mad scientists use it to unleash chaos.
So this kind of drives me nuts with Twitter pitches, and maybe it's just me, but I don't like it when they're not complete sentences. I don't like it when they're broken up, fragmented like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You should treat it like a business letter. You want it to be like a business thing. You should spell out 10-year-old. And you should spell out and you should really just you're a writer. You can really hone in your skills and use different verbs and stuff like that to get that tighter. That said,
I don't think that necessarily, because you should be leaving enough room in your Twitter pitches for your target audience. So 10-year-old, I'm assuming it's middle grade. So if at the end you have hashtag middle grade, they're going to know this is a young protagonist for that target audience. So you don't necessarily need to waste the characters saying 10-year-old.
Yeah, you don't need to have. Yeah, you're right. Descendant, you can come up with a different word to save real estate there, like heir or something. Or, like just, go through your thesaurus and use different words that are smaller that can get some more information in this pitch. I
think that the chaos is too vague.
Yeah, that was where I was getting to too. Yeah. You're right. Chaos is vague, but I like everything else. I do. I just think they need to save some more real estate on there. Get rid of 10-year-old, use the MG hashtag, and really define chaos.
And make it a little less choppy, where it's like a complete sentence as opposed to, Henry, descendant of Finland's mythic heroes, must steal magic relic before Dad and mad scientists use it and unleash chaos. You want it to flow. You don't want it to be choppy.
I think they could probably, for use it and unleash chaos, you could probably streamline that to one active phrase. Instead of use it is just so vague. And,
right. Use it to unleash chaos. Yeah. But chaos needs to be defined. You can get a better verb that really defines what's going to happen in the story. Like chaos, like people are just going to run around screaming, or is it, instead of chaos, is it...
or is it, mass genocide? What is it?
Yeah.
Really I'm actually really impressed with the tweets this time around, because there's a lot less use of words like mysterious and secret. And I've always said, both in query and in pitches, if you're using words like mysterious and secret, you're probably being too vague. So it's really cool to see that people are using them less and less and being more specific.
Yeah, and try to use smaller words and find those verbs that are really strong that are smaller than long words, and then you can put more into your twit.
Your twit?
Twit here tonight. Let's just be
Did I mention that I was sick today?
Yes.
So.
It's okay. We love you anyway. Natasha Hanover says, love it, L on words. That is Leatrice McKinney-L. Congrats on joining the team. She'll make a fabulous addition, and she already has. She's just absolutely amazing. So.
The next one is from Ellie M. I really like the first sentence. I love it. Shadow Slayer by night, socialite by day. And missing brother and murders galore. If Caitlin can't find the culprit, she'll be next.
Yeah, I heard the music too.
I love it. That's a good pitch.
It really, really, really is.
You have everything there. Mistakes, because you're gonna die. Yeah, I like that a lot. Great job. Who was that?
I mean, my only question is, make sure that you put in the genre for this one, because I'm assuming Shadow Slayer is, I think it's a fantasy, maybe an urban fantasy. So my only question would be, what is a Shadow Slayer? So that's the only thing that you might want to be careful of.
With socialite, I was thinking adult, so I don't know.
Yeah, adult urban fantasy is what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
I just love the sound of it. It sounds so
I love the sound of it too, but that's why I said make sure you're able to put in the genre and age group hashtag. And guys, just so you're familiar, genres and age groups which are your target audience, are two different things. So your target audiences are your age group. So you've got adult, new adult, YA, middle grade. I don't think picture books being done or no for PitMad.
Everything.
So and if you go to Brenda-Drake.com, you can go to our website. You'll be able to see all of these age groups and the hashtags you should be using for them. You can also see, and you can also see successful PitMad tweets that she has up of PitMads before. And also now your genre, though, is what kind of fiction is this? Is this fantasy? Is it urban fantasy? Is it contemporary? Is it romance? Those are your genres. So.
I don't think that matters in Twitter pitches. If you need to really define the category, adult, middle grade, whatever. Define that, but your pitch really needs to show what it is, and I think an agent will know what that sounds kind of an urban fantasy. Right. It also sounds like there's a socialite. So as long as you have A there for adult, then they're going to know it. You don't want to overdo too many sub hashtags, because agents might miss it or they might not get it, and then we have way too many going on there. But just make sure you have that adult, and that your query or your Twitter pitch really shows us what genre it is, because you can do that. And Nikki's smiling, and I get all paranoid.
I just got a tweet from the Whiskey, Wine, and Writing hashtag that said I was pure and angelic because I didn't realize there was an innuendo in the show earlier.
No, that's why I was like, we need to move on from this. Remember when I said that?
I was the innuendo.
I think there is two now, right? Because
there was the sprinkles. There was definitely the
like cupcake sprinkles, everyone. I mean,
that's not the rest of the world. That's Nikki.
I want to sprinkle beautiful queering confetti around the world, and somehow it got dirty.
Because that's not how it came out when you said it the first time. After the show, go back and listen to it again.
No, I probably won't. This happens to me often, probably since I was 12. It's a problem.
Oh, God. That's hilarious. Okay. Next one.
This next one actually really made me laugh. It's from Julie Weathers, and it is, with a pirate and a demon lord after her, Caitlin needs an ally to survive the coming war. She gets a senile wizard. She's toast.
That made me laugh too.
I would not change a thing. I would not. I don't care if it breaks any of the rules. I would not change a thing on that one.
No, that's amazing. That made me laugh.
Even the voice comes out in that one in a Twitter page. That's amazing.
Yeah, Julie.
Don't even change.
I tip my hat.
Can I read
Great
that?
one.
Just kidding. I don't have time, but I want to read it.
All right. So, sorry, Julie, we don't have much to say on that one because it's amazing. So that just tells you how good you are. Moving on.
The next one is from Sean D. Humphrey. He's made his words smaller. Ow, hello cat. And it says, it's lit prof, so literary professor Phil, regularly abducted in sleep by supernatural forces, leaves daughter Janie open to a greater threat, the Pied Piper. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Who is the main character is my first question.
Yeah, that was mine too, because I have a feeling that it's Janie, so you want to do the pitch more surrounding her and less surrounding her father. So I think you're putting too many characters in it, to be honest.
If it's just about Phil, then just say his daughter. We don't need to know her name. Right. And lit professor Phil, maybe just say doctor, because aren't professors doctor? Because you're not spelling it out. You should spell out whatever his title is. Maybe he's a doctor because he's a professor. Just say that, or professor.
Yeah, I'm not sure we even need to know his profession.
Right.
For this, I don't think it's pertinent to your pitch, like, unless him being a lit professor, like, but there's nothing in the pitch about his profession being important to the pitch. So when the agent requests it, like if it's in the query or if it's in the first pages that they request, they'll see it then, and that's fine for them to realize then. You don't necessarily need it in the pitch right now.
And I like the ending, a greater threat, the Pied Piper. We all know who the Pied Piper is and what he's gonna do. So if
honestly, it sounds like a great concept. I think you just need to mainline the pitch.
Right. That's all. That's pretty good, actually. Just kind of tighten it up.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Okay, Ellen Mulholland's come back, and this was the pitch that had OCD at the beginning and then voices in the head at the end.
Right.
She's now altered this to 14-year-old Catherine believes Back to the Future's Michael J. Fox can find her absent dad. First, she must quiet the voices in her head.
Well, there's no spaces between Back to the Future. And we don't need to know she's 14 in the Twitter pitch. Right. Does she need to use Michael J. Fox?
I kind of like that detail. I have like a secret love affair in my head with Michael J. Fox every day.
I would just say that Catherine, maybe Catherine believes Marty McFly. Like, is it the character from Back to the Future?
That is better. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, like, just say Marty McFly.
Everyone knows Marty McFly.
Yeah, everybody knows Marty McFly. Yep. So
that would cut out all of that.
But then I don't understand, because I think if you go with she believes Marty McFly is her absent dad, you got to do something different than the first she must quiet.
Find her absent dad, but like, I don't get the whole. Everything else is vague. Like, why does she need to find her absent dad? What is the stakes? And then quiet the voices in her head. What voices in her head? We don't need to know that. That can be in the query. That can be in the manuscript.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think that, telling us that she thinks Marty McFly can help her find her dad gives us a clue that something's going on there.
Yeah, because she's kind of like, this girl's mental.
Right.
So we already know that, right? So we need to know more about what's going to happen if she doesn't find her dad, and, we need the conflict more and the stakes more.
I agree. I think that you just need to completely rework that second line, like, give us more of the stakes. And then, I think Marty McFly is going to do better for you than trying to do Back to the Future Michael J. Fox.
Especially since it's a Twitter pitch and you don't have very much room. But Marty McFly, everybody knows. And we're like going, how come this girl thinks Marty McFly can help her?
So But holy crap, we are coming to the end of the hour, but I do want to get Suzanne's next pitch really quick if we can do that, because she's amazing and, you know, I'm biased because she's our social media coordinator. So
Just moved it around a bit and listen to what Nikki said there. It says, while 20-year-old demigod Rhea tries to save her girlfriend from slavery, she falls in love with the man who's helping her. Grab your hands.
I like that better.
Where is that? Because I got
I just sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
So, but I don't think you need the 20-year-old.
Yeah, you can take that out.
So that'll give you more. I mean, I like it a lot better. It definitely defines the stakes a lot more. But I say instead of the man, like if you take out the 20-year-old, like when you get those extra characters, maybe you can put in, is like the man an enemy of hers? Is he like who is he? And kind of put that in to define it more. Nikki's got to look.
I said it's her boss. It's such an interesting query. I'm like really excited about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like even better, it's her boss.
It sounds amazing.
I just feel like there's just something missing at the very end of it. Like she's falling in love with the man that's helping her, and then what happens? Like what? And now she must fight off the girlfriend who's attacking. I don't know. What is that? The main stakes? I still am missing that. I know that. Is that just what the story is all about, Nikki? You know the story? Is it just about the...
I will say I'm new to the story, and we had a long conversation about stakes, and I haven't gotten the next... I have it in my inbox, the email, so we're working on that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that's okay, because we're here to help. So, and guys, holy crap, it is 9 o'clock. That's like the fastest hour ever. It always goes by so fast when we're doing the Twitter pitches, but it's always so much fun to do. Like, I love doing them. And I want to thank Brenda and Nikki for being here to help us do the Twitter pitches and talking the writer's voice. And guys, be aware of the battles going on right now.
And if you're battled over by us,
pick our team if we're in a battle.
Brenda, she has great hair. She has a great.
Oh my God, I look awful today.
You look amazing. Would you stop?
The word Brenda Drake and looking awful, they just don't go together.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, right.
See?
My voice is like all cracky today too. It's like
Brenda Drake cannot even count the number of people she's helped get an agent. That should tell you something.
For real, she's amazing. It's insane. But guys, so if you didn't get a chance to get your pitch live critiqued, go to whiskeyWineWriting.com and click on the webcast episode and then leave a reply there, and we'll try to get through it for you to help you out before Pit Mad, and which is the 4th or the 5th?
It's the 4th, this Thursday.
This Thursday. So we'll head through those and we will critique them for you and try to give you our best advice to help you. And next week we're going to be having some members of the new Whiskey, Wine, and Writing team on, so you can meet them. We have people of all levels, all different walks of the writing world to kind of make it a well-rounded beginner, intermediate, expert type deal. So, you know, you get to feel it from all angles. So hopefully it's going to work out and it's going to be a great season. So we will see you guys next week. Have a wildly creative night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hello.
Bye, guys.
Team